Could this token make millionaires? I believe so. And the secret is in the tokenomics. So what token are we talking about? We are talking about my good old friend eShare. Welcome everybody to the DeFi After Party. I got some more tickets for you today. Gonna drop some alpha on this one. Also, stay tuned. We're gonna pick a winner from last video when I had an Easter egg in there. And really only like 9 people came and played the game. So that means really a 1 in 9 chance of winning a $100 plazm NFT. That could be worth a lot down the road. So here we go. Look, if you've been watching me lately, I've been doing a lot of content on eShare. A lot of content on eShare. And why? Because eShare is making moves right now. Look at the chart. We're at $13. I think the last time I made a video, we were like either at 30 or going towards 30. And eventually we did hit 30, like 32, 33. And man, people's bags were full, my friends. They were full. But you know what? It doesn't matter right now where eShare is at, because really this is a long-term vision of at least 1 year. I mean, obviously I'm looking further down the road, but what I'm saying is in 1 year, I believe we're going to see a 10x from when I originally predicted it, of when it was at $20, so that'd be a 200 eShare. So I believe we're in 1 year or less, we're going to have a $200 eShare. Now, going down the road, I believe we're going to have a $1,000 eShare, and then a 2,000 and a 3,000, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. Now, why am I saying all this? Just in case you didn't see some of the last videos, I'm going to point some other things out, and then let me add on to all the stuff I've already said. So let's go look at the token supply. We're under 60,000 tokens. Okay? I don't think we're gonna go over 60. There is some bridging that could possibly still happen. I'm not sure how many tokens are on another chain, but it can't be that many. So I believe we're gonna stay under 60. So that alone is cause for price appreciation. Okay? And right now, the reason why eShare is so volatile and moving up and down, and going crazy up and down and making people a nervous wreck is because it is paired with plazm, right? Which is another protocol from the EMP team. I don't have the chart up, but plazm is paired with eShare. And so plazm, if you haven't seen already, one of the hottest DeFi creation protocols out there right now, if not the most popular one. But plazm, you create plazm, and then eventually when you go to sell your tokens, your plazm tokens, they basically sell in eShare, because that's what the liquidity pair is. Now, plazm has a lot of hype behind it right now. There's a lot of people creating plazm, which essentially means buying plazm, and then it gets staked and you get rewarded and blah, blah, blah. This video is not about plazm. But people are creating plazm and staking plazm every day. And the reason I have to bring this up in correlation to eShare, besides that it's paired with it in the liquidity pool, is that plazm, see if I have the right tab open. Plazm has built up a treasury from all the investments coming in of, let's see, 110 ETH, which basically is worth $308,000 at the time of making this video. $308,000 in the treasury that is being used for multiple different things, but essentially it's used to buy and burn Plasm and eShare, and buy and build liquidity for Plasm and eShare as well. So before Plasm came to be, eShare didn't have, essentially any of these mechanisms that were causing buy pressure on the token, on the eShare token itself, right? Which is insane. And so that's why you're seeing all this volatile activity on the chart. Let's go back here. Let's see if I can scrunch this over a little. Let's see here. Hold on, give me a second. Computer's lagging a little. It's all good though. But here we go, right here. $30 back on the 13th of November. That was 7 days ago. 1 week ago. We're at $30. I mean, we came from 18 or so. Before that, dipped down, came back up, hit 30. Now we're coming back down to 13. Who knows when it's going to go up again, right? Again, for me, this is a long-term vision, a long-term hold, because, and the reason why the title of this video is could this token make millionaires? The answer, or the secrets in tokenomics, is because not only is there limited supply, not only is Plasm mechanically doing its thing with eShare, right? But also EMP Fusion, which is kind of like EMP's mothership, or kind of like their main protocol, if you will, is going through a migration process right now to essentially make it simpler. And what's going to happen essentially is it's going to be dumbed down, super simple, and the way it's going to pay out its rewards is in eShare. Because EMP's original tokens was the EMP token and then the eShare token. And I'm pretty sure there's some other ones, but those are the main ones that came to fruition initially, and then have survived the years of battle testing. And so eShare is now getting more utility, and as a lot of more things happening around its whole ecosystem in order for the price to go up. The price will go down because it's paired with ETH. eShare is paired with ETH, and it'll go down when there's sell pressure. However, because Plasm is doing a great job at what it's meant to be doing, see this page here? This is the Plasm burn page, where it talks about burning and buying and burning and buying and building liquidity for eShare and Plasm. But look at this right here. This thing essentially is happening every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, there is a call for Plasm to be bought with eShare. More buy pressure on eShare as well. Okay? So not only do we have all this stuff going on with Plasm, and now EMP Fusion is in migration. And what's going to happen is, again, once it migrates, the rewards will be paid in eShare. You might be thinking to yourself, well, is that really going to have an impact or not? I don't know. Let's go look at some things real quick. This is a website called Fusion Watch. Shout out to the Fusion Watch people that made this site. Now, this is not my stats or my wallet that's on here. This is just showing an example. But if you look right here, this person ownership, the way, by the way, the way Fusion works, generally speaking, this is the simple dumbed down way, is that basically people invested money in Fusion as if it's a business and the business is going to make profit. And so they're basically betting on the business to make profit in the future. Okay. And the business has multiple income streams or revenue streams, one of which is Plazm, one of which is DexFi, one of which is Honor versus Madness, and so on and so forth, and everything that they essentially build in the future, right? Those will become revenue streams coming back into Fusion. So essentially what people did was they bought into Fusion for a piece of the pie later on down the road, okay? Now, if you look at this, again, this is not my wallet, this is someone random person's, but if you look at this one, this particular person has an ownership in Fusion of 0.554%. 0.554% is essentially his percentage or his or her percentage ownership of Fusion. Meaning, let's do some quick math here. If Fusion makes $100,000, let's make it one. Let's do it. Let's do $500,000 a month. Let me whip out my trusty phone here. But if Fusion was making $500,000 a month, and this person had an ownership of Fusion of 0.555%, let me do some math here. Give me a second. 0.5554% equals this person getting in rewards 2,000. This is in USD, but would be paid in eShare. $2,770 paid in eShare per month. Per month in eShare. Okay? How much is that per day? Because essentially how Fusion is going to work, just like the DexFi bonds works, is that essentially you get paid, you get dripped out money in your account, so to speak, throughout the day, every day, right? But let's just do it by day. If you do 2770 divided by, we'll do it by 28. Let's say 28 days guaranteed in a month, divided by 28 days equals $98.92 per day. Okay? Now, let's think about this here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I wonder if I could see how many Fusion people there are. Now, just to be 100% transparent and straightforward with you, this person has a pretty big ownership in Fusion right now. Okay? And again, this is just an example. But, and there are some people that have bigger positions. Okay? I have a position as well. But let's just say that the average payout, let's just say the average payout per day, again, these are all examples. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just playing games here on the internet. Average payout per day, let's just say average, is $10. Let's just say. I don't know if that's going to be real. I'm not really sure. But let's just say this is assuming that Fusion is making $500,000 a month, okay? Which it might not be right now, but it can be, and it can be a lot more in the future, okay? Which means all these numbers are going to increase. But this is just for, hey, this is just for an example's sake, right? So to show you this could be possible. Average payout per day is $10. Let's just say, how many users of Fusion are there? I'm not really sure, but I would venture to say there's at least 1,000. At least. There's probably more. So times 10 equals $10,000 per day that has to be paid out in eShare. Oh my gosh, dude. This is the alpha you guys have been waiting for, my friends. Okay? $10,000 per day has to be paid out in eShare. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, does EMP Fusion, aka AJ, and the rest of the team, do they just have a bunch of eShares sitting in their wallet? In the company, in the treasury wallet? No. They have to buy that eShare off the market in order to pay out. Oh my gosh. So that basically means that no matter what, there's going to be at some point, someday, where we're going to have $10,000 per day in eShare being bought from off the market and paid out. Okay? Is that going to happen right when the migration happens? I don't think so. But even if it was $1,000 per day right when the migration happens, that is a lot of money. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in addition to Fusion paying out and having to buy $1,000 or more worth of eShare off the market to pay the rewards, we also have plazm that when the buy and burn is fully turned on, look at this. We're only operating at a 1% daily allocation. We're barely doing anything right now, and we're just testing the water, so to speak. When this thing gets fully turned on or even half turned on, that means that, where does it say? I think it says like every day. I forget where it says. But essentially, we're not even fully turned on here. Let's go back here. Right here, we have $39,000, almost 40 grand, to basically put into the buy and burn, buy and build on plazm, right? And the way this is made, by the way, just in case nobody knows yet but wants to know, is from this DexFi.com /bonds, the treasury bonds product from DexFi, which essentially what it is putting money into liquidity, V3 liquidity, and making money off the fees. Okay, and so which essentially is, do I have that thing open? Which essentially is, if you look at this page, what essentially is the vaults. It's just basically a kind of like more of like a managed version of the vaults. This is not going to be a DexFi video, and I'm not going to go into like a whole bunch of all that stuff, but like essentially plazm is using the bonds to create real money, real yield, to then buy eShare and utilize eShare, right? So eShare, let's just do a recap right here real quick. eShare is limited, right? Around 60,000 or so tokens available as of right this moment. Okay, 60,000. We have constant buy pressure even right now from plazm, and we'll have even more buy pressure when the thing finally gets turned on to full throttle to 100%, right? Then when EMP Fusion launches after migration, which should be no more than 30 days, in my opinion, from now, we're at least, again, my opinion, at least going to be utilizing $1,000 per day, having to buy eShare off the market to pay out the rewards, at least $1,000 per day. And it'll only go up. So if you think about this, it is my opinion, and only my opinion, that in the next 1 year, we are going to reach a point that it is that guaranteed, again, my opinion guaranteed, not anybody else's opinion guaranteed, that we will be there will be $10,000, 10K worth of eShare being bought off the market every day to pay rewards, pay rewards and use for plasm mechanics. I'm just going to say it like that, for plasma mechanics. And that's only these things that we're talking about. Hold on a second. I forgot to tell you about this. And what about, let's see if I can get up real quick. And what about all the vaults? What about all the vaults that are putting buy pressure on the eShare token, because that is the profit token in these vaults? What about that? Fusion Flywheel, eShare, eShare 50/50, eShare profit token, Zora shares profit, eShare profit token, eShare 100% compound, that's obviously eShare profit token, Dragon X, eShare profit token, Element TS shares profit, eShare profit token. All these vaults are constantly putting buy pressure on the eShare token because they are the profit token of these vaults. As long as there is TVL in any of these vaults, that means there is constant buy pressure, and even though it might be little, every little bit counts right now and for the future. Now, if that wasn't bullish enough, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, let me take you back to this page and why I believe eShare will make millionaires. Maybe not 100 millionaires, maybe not 1,000 millionaires, not even 1,000,000 millionaires, but maybe just enough millionaires. Maybe somewhere between 10 and 50, maybe even 10 and 100. And let me show you why. This is currently the top holders, I think it's the top 100 holders of eShare. Let's just do a little simple math here. This is the top 100 holders of eShare. This person at the number 100, shout out to you, F06A. Shout out to you, holding it down on the 100 spot. You currently have 95.97 eShare. Let's do some math here. Because you know the math be mathing. Everybody loves the math. 95 eShare. We're going to round that off to 100 for argument's sake here. If this person right here just holds on to eShare, doesn't sell it, maybe even accumulates more, but just stayed here at 100, I have a good feeling this person is gonna have $1 million worth of eShare. It may be in the next 1 to 5 years, maybe 2 to 5 years, depending. Okay, here's the reason why. This person right here, let's see, 1 million divided by 100. Maybe not 1 million. Maybe there'll be half a millionaire. Or maybe it'll be maybe there'll be a half a millionaire. But if this person was just to hold 100 tokens, they're 100 eShare tokens, okay? And eShare eventually goes up to the 1,000, 3,000, or 5,000 mark. But let's just do it at the $3,000 mark. This person is sitting at 300,000 K worth of eShare. And so on and so forth. If this person hits eShare hits 5,000, this is 500K. And if it hits 10,000, well, now this person's a millionaire. Okay? So you see why I'm saying that people are not getting it. People are not getting it. And you know what? If you guys and gals really want to like stay in tune with what's going on and understand this, be on all the AMAs, the EMP AMAs, watch the EMP, community videos, whether it's my videos or other creators videos that talk about this stuff, because most of us are hearing what is going on and translating in our heads to, holy crap, this thing could really take off. For example, on today's AMA, the official EMP AMA, they're talking about adding more layers or maybe upgrades to tokens or some other kind of like add-ons to tokens, eShare specifically, that basically could make it essentially increase in price, right? They didn't promise that. They just kind of hinted towards that, right? And it's like, you guys, everybody watching the video, you got to have the long-term vision here. I'm not saying don't ever take profit. You know, if eShare hits, $50, right, tomorrow, whatever, and you have a big bag of eShare, you might want to sell some and take some profit and go invest in whatever, right? I'm not saying don't take profit. What I'm saying is you should be stacking up on eShare right now at these low prices. Where is it? At these low prices of $13. All right? Because you can mark my word that your boy here is building up the eShare bag, and when we hit these $500 eShares and these $1,000 eShares and these $3,000 eShares and further, well, I'm packing my bags and I'm going to where? To the DeFi after party. Hope y'all got your tickets. Oh snap, I almost forgot. Let's pick a winner. I almost ended the video right now and didn't pick a winner. Here we go. Here we go. So, if you see your email right here, you follow those directions correctly. There's only about 9 of you. I'm going to shuffle this. Let's shuffle, 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 shuffle. I don't think that really matters. But I'm going to click to spin, and whoever wins it. I'm going to go grab your wallet address and transfer the NFT right now. So let's click to win, see who wins. I don't know any of these people, by the way. They're all new to me. Oh, it looks like it's David A. Webb. All right. David, congratulations. I'm going to send you that NFT right now. Let me go David A. Webb, blah, blah, blah. Let me go grab your wallet. Alrighty, and let's head on over to Plazm. Let's head on over to, I made that in the regular create mode, I believe. It was this one, I believe. Man, this one is already up. It's up 194%. Dang, man. David, this might pay off really well for you. We'll see what happens. Transfer. I never done this before. So, if you're watching this video, you want to know how to transfer NFT, here we go. David, this is the wallet address that I found. Let me go double check real quick. This is perfect. I'm going to click transfer and hope it all goes well. I don't know what's going to happen here. Ay. You know, making videos and transferring NFTs, you never know what will happen. Please press the alert button. Why do I have to press the alert button? I don't know what this is. You never transferred tokens out. Who cares? Could be a scam. It's probably a scam. Who's scamming me, man? Transfer submitted. I hope it came to you, David. David, what I want you to do, by the way, is hit me up on Telegram if you're on there. Or, no, I'm going to hit you on the email and say you won. Reply to that and just tell me that you see it. That you see what's going to happen, I'm assuming, since I transferred it to you, is I'm going to refresh this page, and that creation is going to be now gone, which it is. And now when you come to your Plazm creation page, you should see one that was transferred for me that had that amount. So cool. Hope that all went through. David, reaching out to you. Hit me back on email. But you know where I'll be going when my bags are packed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to the DeFi after party. And I hope you all got your tickets. See you on the next one.